Привет, друзья! Niki from Russia is here, and this is Coffee Talk series where we talk about Russia, living here and traveling, and any stuff that you guys want us to talk about. Today I'm happy to have Ricardo.
Nice of you to have me here, Niki. We are at the Little and Dance School here in Saint Petersburg. It's a little bit rainy outside, so I'm glad we're recording indoors and not outdoors today.
It's getting cold and rainy these days in Saint Petersburg, and today we are going to talk about living in Russia from two different perspectives. Me as a local person, a person who grew up in Russia, then lived in Asia for some years and then came back to live in Saint Petersburg. And Ricardo, you share a bit about yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to go into the whole story because that'll take like 30 minutes. But basically, I am half Russian, half Mexican, so I have citizenship in both countries. I was adopted from Russia when I was 6 months old by a Mexican family. That's where the half Mexican comes in. But now I am here in St. Petersburg trying to learn Russian. It's pretty difficult, so I appreciate your help so far, your TikToks as well.
Oh yeah, you watched it.
Yes, for sure.
Well, I gotta test your Russian a bit later. And now how about we go take some coffee?
Oh yeah, coffee.
Yeah, it's coffee talk.
All right. I don't typically drink coffee. I prefer tea. But for you today and the subject of coffee talk, I'm drinking coffee.
It's such a sacrifice. What made you want to move to Russia? What made you want to learn Russian language?
Well, yeah, I always felt that having my Russian passport since I was very little and not knowing Russian was a little bit of a joke. I really always wanted to learn Russian. I didn't have the opportunity to do so until I was in university. So my second year of university, I had already met my language requirements because I also speak English, Spanish, French, a little bit of Italian, a little bit of Portuguese. So I had taken, in the United States we have the AP exams, so I took the AP exam for French. But I just had so much free time in university because I was doing a lot of courses ahead of time. So I decided to start taking Russian. Mm-hmm. It's actually quite rare for a university to have a Russian program, but mine did, Villanova University. And that's where it started. Then I felt like I wanted to speed things up, and the way I sped things up with French was studying French in France.
Oh, that's a good way.
Yeah, so then I googled, how can I study Russian in Russia?
Yeah.
And I found this place, Little and Dance in St. Petersburg.
So it's not your first time coming here?
No, this is my third summer here.
Oh, wait.
Yes, so I always try to spend at least a month or two in Russia during the summer. Unfortunately, last summer I couldn't come because of COVID.
Yeah.
But this year I feel safe here. I got the vaccine also.
Here in Russia?
Yes. You got the Sputnik?
Yeah, I got the Sputnik V vaccine like 2 weeks ago.
I got the Epivac Corona vaccine. How are your side effects?
So I didn't have any side effects at all. I only had like temperature 37.1 or 2 for the second day after taking this shot, which was fine. My friend, who also did the same vaccine at the same place, Sputnik V, she had side effects for 2 or 3 following days, with the temperature up to 39 degrees the first day, and then like 37.5 the second, the third day, and then she felt fine.
I had the same side effects as you. I had the vaccine, and then the next day I had a fever for half a day, and then it ended, and that was it. And, you know, I always thought it was Sputnik 5, like the satellites, for some reason.
No, it's like I think V stands for victory. Like
yes.
Sputnik is a victory over the coronavirus.
You're right. Not Sputnik 5. It's like they're injecting a satellite into you. No.
When is the first time you actually got to Russia?
First time I got to Russia was 4 years ago. First, to come to Russia, you need to have a plan. So where you're gonna stay, who's gonna invite you, or what hotel or Airbnb. Have that information ready. The visa is always gonna take 2 to 3 weeks. So have that prepared in advance. For example, if you come as a student, which is what I'm most familiar with, from being here at the school will prepare a lot of that for you.
The very first time when you came back Russia, did you have any culture shock or anything like that?
You know, for some reason I didn't expect it to be as modern as it is. a lot of the stereotypes that you see on YouTube or on TV or in movies in the US or in Central America where I lived, they portray Russia as kind of like a backwards state, which I don't know how much of it is true, like if you go outside of the cities, but they don't show you Moscow, they don't show you St. Petersburg. Especially in movies, you know, Russians are always the bad guys too. So I was very surprised to find out how like warm and welcoming Russian people are, like once you get to know them. My friends here in Russia are all super friendly, nice people, and even not my friends, like people on the street will like talk to me and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
Could you tell what is better here rather than in the countries you lived before?
Cost of living here is cheaper than pretty much any place I've lived. I've lived in 7 countries. Most recently, I was living in Boston. So for example, rent here in St. Petersburg is 3 to 4 times less than in Boston. Cost of going to the grocery stores is probably 4 times less in Boston. I think we should probably go grocery shopping together sometime.
Let's do it. Let's film it.
Yeah, let's film it.
Guys, let me know if you actually want to see this video going grocery shopping and vlogging about it with Ricardo.
The other thing is that wages here are much lower. So I was interested in knowing like how people get by with such a low average wage.
Like here in St. Petersburg, I think the official average monthly wage is 50,000 rubles, which is about $650, more or less. And in my hometown, the average official salary will be about $400. In Nizhny Tagil, your hometown, even lower. But what people get in real, not official, it's actually even lower. A lot of people don't get expensive stuff here. Let's say having an iPhone, having a good car is a luxury here, considered to be very expensive. In terms of getting groceries and the stuff, we have a lot of cheap supermarkets chains. Like, have you ever been to Peterочка?
Yes, I have.
Dixie?
Dixie as well, right
Yeah,
across the street.
so they're considered like being really low-end chains. Whatever income you have in Russia, you can find there something to eat.
Yeah.
Have you been to Перекресток?
Yes. So when I arrived, I was using mainly Peterочка and what's the other one? Dixie.
Yeah.
But I was having trouble finding some things, so I started going to Перекресток.
Yeah.
And then some of my viewers have recommended Vkusville.
Yeah.
And what's another one?
Azbuka Vkusa, but that is a premium one.
Yeah.
Then talking about apartments, how people afford it. So you can get an apartment, 1-bedroom apartment in the downtown of St. Petersburg for about $300 to $400 a month. And it will be a good one. But if you don't have this money, you can get something for $150. It can be in downtown, but the apartment will be quite bad, old style. It not even an apartment, I wanted to say a room, комната, коммуналка. Or you can pay $200 for a 1-bedroom apartment far away from the downtown. That's what people typically do here if they do not have a high level of income.
Have you ever lived in a коммуналка?
Yeah, I lived in a коммуналка for like a few weeks. When I visited St. Petersburg 3 years ago, my father was having a командировка. It's like a work trip.
Oh.
I don't know how to say that in English.
Yeah, okay. Business trip.
A business trip that lasted for a few months. So he rented a коммуналка room and I visited him for some weeks.
Wow.
And it was such an experience. Like, imagine the downtown, like the very heart of the city, and an old building with a huge apartment. Like the height of the ceiling is more or less 3 meters, maybe like about 3 meters, and every single room of the apartment is owned by different people. So you literally get into apartment, you use the same key, the same door, there's a common area, corridor, where you take off your shoes, take off your clothes, and you also use kitchen and toilets together with people who live in that apartment in коммуналка. And then you get to your room where you basically just sleep and live. Sometimes it might be a good experience. Like, I have a friend who rents коммуналка room. The reason she does it, first, she doesn't have much money, Second, the view and the balcony she has in Kommunalka is like incredible. It goes right to the river, and I think she likes having coffee and smoking
that's so
on
nice.
the balcony. But besides that, it's more romantic, but it's not comfortable to live in such kind of place.
So I guess for foreigners coming to St. Petersburg, rent probably won't be an issue. Now what I'm doing is renting a apartment at a modern apartment complex here in St. Petersburg. Still, rent is very low compared to abroad.
Like, is it okay to ask how much is that?
Sure, and I'll give you a comparison actually. Something like that in Boston would cost around $2,000 to $2,300 dollars a month.
Yeah.
If it was in the center of Boston, which is like the center of St. Petersburg. Here I am paying a little bit under $600 per month.
That's actually quite a lot for St. Petersburg. Like what I said, it's almost the average monthly wage. On the way here, on the way to meet Ricardo, I asked my Instagram followers and the Telegram group of the Russian club if they have any questions to a foreigner or half foreigner person who lives in Russia and studies Russian language. And let's check the questions.
Yes, let's do that.
Could you pass me my camera?
Oh my goodness. This has to go in the video.
Okay. Какой самый трудный звук на русском для тебя? What is the hardest Russian sound in Russian language?
So, there's two of them. The hardest one for me is the uy. Like my.
Like мой.
Нет.
Мы.
My.
Oh, okay, that is actually... okay, I guess that's hard for foreigners. Yeah, that sounds wrong. So you wanted to say we?
Yes.
Yes, so it's like a letter U. And can you pronounce it again? Мы.
My.
Could you say the word вымышленный? One more time. Вымышленный.
Вымышленный. Definitely need more practice with that letter. Uy.
Next.
Yes, the next hardest letter, I guess, would be sh.
Oh.
Sh. See the difference between sh and sh.
Yeah. So the first letter is sha, the second letter is sha. It's like this one, right?
You see what I mean?
Can you say shavel?
Shovel.
Sha.
Sha.
Sha. You actually sound good.
Shovel.
Yeah, sound good. Next question is actually from Instagram. And how quickly did you, Ricardo, pick up basic Russian conversation skills?
I picked up basic Russian conversation pretty quickly. I had a really good teacher in the United States. But to actually have a conversation with a Russian person here in Russia took me a few weeks. So, for example, conversation like "Привет, как дела? Нормально, хорошо." Yeah, a few weeks of practice here in Russia.
That's actually quick. Like, I remember the time when I came to China. Same idea, want to learn Chinese, go to China. And I picked up basic conversation skills for like 3-4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. So it's like pretty quick. Какая самая холодная температура, которую ты испытывал в России?
Неделю назад или 2 недели назад. Была... ну это Фаренгейт. Я не знаю Celsius.
Wait, what?
Да. Yeah, I've always grown up using Fahrenheit. The coldest temperature I've had in Russia so far has probably been like 62 degrees Fahrenheit, which is probably 18 degrees Celsius. I'm totally wrong.
It's like plus 18?
Yeah, so not cold at all.
Well, if you haven't experienced like minus degrees Celsius, you haven't been to real Russia yet.
I have not been to real Russia yet. What is the coldest temperature you have experienced here in Russia?
Oh, I only know in Celsius. I don't know, like, no idea in Fahrenheit. But in Celsius it was minus 58. And I gotta Google it. I actually gotta Google it. So minus 58 degrees of Celsius is actually minus 72.4 of Fahrenheit. So that was kind of chilly. Yeah.
Oh.
It was in the northern part of Russia, and it was only once in my lifetime. Like,
How
really,
long were
really
you
cold.
in that temperature?
I think it was like for 1 or 2 days, keeping the same temperature, so people didn't get outdoors. They didn't go to work, they didn't go to study, and they then just stayed home and waited till the time it gets at least a little bit warmer.
Did you go outside at all?
That time, no.
No?
Yeah.
Not even to like...
No, we had all the food, all the supplies, everything prepared at the apartment, so we didn't go anywhere during those days. Okay, next question, actually the last question I had for you is how is that dating Russian girls, if you had any?
Oh god. So, yes, that's a good question. Oh my god, how do I talk about this? It's the first time. Russian girls are really sweet. They're also very direct, but Russian people in general are very straightforward. God, this is so awkward. I hope my family isn't watching. Obviously, you know, I came to Russia after a bad breakup in Boston. Which I guess is something I'll explain on my introduction video on my YouTube channel. But yeah, I was interested in dating Russian girls. I found one rather quickly. Definitely, if you if you date a Russian girl, keep in mind that she will most likely be very direct and upfront, as Russians typically are, is something I've noticed. I missed the flowers. Apparently, you're supposed to take flowers on a first date. I totally missed that. A lot of the Russian girls that I've met speak other languages.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a few of them have spoken. Oh, now there's a few, not just one. Oh no. So a few of the girls that I've met here, they speak other languages. So they speak English or they speak French. Actually, a few speak Spanish as well, which is interesting. I will have to come back to you on this question and give you a full detailed review of dating Russian girls.
We can make an episode only about dating.
Russian girls, at least here in Saint Petersburg, what I've noticed is that they like to go on walks and they like to go to cafes. Dinner for a first date, that's kind of a lot, because you do have to like sit across from each other, which is a very confrontational sort of zone. When you're walking next to someone, you can like look around and talk. Having a cafe, there's so many scenic places here in St. Petersburg to have cafes. You can always go to a park, sit down and chat. Definitely do not expect to take a girl home on the first date in Russia. That, I feel like, would be a big mistake if that's what you think is gonna happen.
I guess we're gonna do that again.
Yes, I will definitely prepare in advance because I was not ready for your questions. Good questions, by the way.
Ask more. And I also want to say thanks to the school that let us use its room for recording this video. Cheers to the guys. This school is amazing. That was fun experience.
Yes, it was fun.